Hi, this is Larry, founder of 11 Media. And even though I am the founder, I am perhaps the farthest thing from a professional graphic designer, which may make me the ideal person to demonstrate how to use the templates within Einstein to create ads that make it so that you don't have to actually be a professional designer to create a professional ad. So let me show you how you do that. The first thing is from the ad manager inside Einstein, you're going to click create a new ad. You'll give your ad a name, and in this case, I'm going to do an ad for the Steve Jobs book, and I'll give it that name. I'll click save. And there are 3 steps to creating and submitting your ad. You're going to go into the ad builder. You're going to create the 2 sizes that we need to make your ad work on any kind of device. And then you'll submit it to us for approval. So let's go into the ad builder. And once you do, you will see that you are greeted with a gallery of various templates to choose from. So what you can do is you can kind of scroll through here and see what template kind of suits the look and feel that you want your ad to have. So since this is a book ad, I don't want to have a lot of copy. I want it to be kind of clean. So let's use this one here as a format. And when you click it, you'll notice that it loads the copy and the graphics all into your canvas. We're here in the desktop tablet canvas. And this is really where we do our work. And really the great thing about the templates is all you have to do is replace the copy and images with your copy and images, and that's literally all that you have to do. So let's start here with the headline. I have a Word document here with the headline that I want. So what I'm going to do is highlight the copy from my headline. And I will go back here. Now, notice down here it says use Control-Shift+V to keep the on-screen formatting. So that's what I'm going to do. Let me just highlight all of this. Let's hit Control-A. You highlight that, Control-Shift and V, and you paste it in there. If you didn't do that, it would have kept the formatting from your original document. So here, let's make this a little bit bigger. I'm going to highlight this. If you look over here, you can do text editing. So I'm going to take the font and let's just click some sizes, see where we want it to be, try to get it looking good. Let's say, maybe we can make this. So a lot of this is just, playing around with things. So, all right, I kind of like that. Let's just center it a little bit. We could always come back and mess with it in a bit. Next, the image. All right, so we have this clicked. We're going to delete this because I don't want that as my image. So I'll get rid of that. And I'm going to add my own image. So we will click use our own image. We'll give this the name of the book cover. So we name our elements. You can either double click this box or use the yellow button. I'll double click the box. Click browse. Let's go onto my desktop and find the actual file that I want. This is for Steve Jobs ad. Okay, here's the book cover. Great. So now it adds it to the canvas. You can resize, and by dragging, makes it really easy to do it. I'll just make it a little bigger here, and we'll start with that. Okay, now here, logo. I don't want that logo, so I'm just going to double click it, and I'm going to come here with our Simon & Schuster logo. So I'll add that in there. I'm going to make it a little smaller. Actually, let's move it over here. And over here are the layers. So I'm clicking it. I can move it one up. So now it'll come. Oops, got to click your layer first. And there you go. And I'll just shrink it down here. And for this link, well, for now, let's just delete this URL. I'll show you why in a minute. So I'll just delete that field. You certainly could just type in your URL. So here at the top here, instead of member FDIC, let's just use our Amazon logo to show that it's available at Amazon. I'll put that in there. All right, so let's move this over a little big for us here so we can just size it down. Move this down here. Okay. And now we want to have here some copy that is for quotes. So what I'm going to do is let's get rid of these design elements. I don't need these separators here. So, a template is really just, the idea behind it is to give you a jump start, give you a format that you can use, and, you can add to it and create it. It's just that, a helpful way to get going. So here, I'm going to go back to the copy that I have here. So let's just use a quote. Okay, so let's use starting the urgently necessary time quote. So I'm going to copy that. Go back in here, I'll click Control A, and then I'll hit Control Shift and V so that it pastes with the formatting that's there. Although that formatting really isn't what I'm looking for. It's too small, and let's just highlight it. Let's actually do it in two steps. I'm going to highlight the quote itself. Let's make it a color so that it stands out. How about red? And then I'll close that. And then let's make the quote itself a little bigger. So we'll go to the font size. It's 19. Let's try 25. Oh, that was a pretty good guess. All right, so let's move this to the separate line. Let's take the word time. Let's see how that would look at a 20. Let's see. Oops. Got to always keep it selected, which sometimes you got to click out and then click in, and that'll get it going. Font size, so we're at 19. Let's try 25 for that. Okay, so that looks good. Let's format it, though. Let's try to put this maybe in the middle. All right, that's good enough, I guess. Now, we have one other quote that we want, so I'm going to just click here on on the outside, not the text. I just want to click on the box. So there we go. Okay, so now I have the box. So I'm just going to duplicate the box, and that way I have the formatting, and I'll just move it down here. And then I know my next quote is here. So let's do, this is enthralling and Malcolm Gladwell. So what I'm going to do is copy, go in here, and let's do Control Shift V, enthralling, great. And now we know the time. Well, I'm just going to type it. It's Malcolm Gladwell. And so there, I have that as well. So we've got two little quotes there. Let's go back. Now we want to have a buy button. So I had stored a buy button. So I'm going to add an image, click on images, add my own image. We also have a library there. So I'll call this a buy button. Click done. If you click, use the yellow button, you can upload here. It also gives you box editing to the right. I'll click the little browse. Where's my buy button? Okay, enter the buy button. All right, there we go. Now we've got a buy button that's in there. Let's see. Now, let me show you here. We have a preview button. So if you click preview, you get to see how the ad is taking shape and looking, and you can also test things, right? So right now, if we click it, nothing's happening when I click it because we haven't told at Einstein what the link is. So let's go and do that now. I have here the link, our Amazon link. So I'm just going to highlight this, Control C to copy it. Now I'll go back here. Now this button, if I click it, you'll see that there's box editing over here. So now I can add a link. I'm going to click the link. What's the URL? I'm just going to paste it. I'm going to tell it is a regular link, a video link, or an internal page link, which is part of our infinite pages format. It's a regular link. I don't need a hover title for this. I could put something when you hover over it, but I'll click just create for that. And let's also do a link on Amazon.com, so we can make it that a link as well. I'll just paste it in there. All right, so now we've got that. And let's kind of do the image here. Let's try to make it come to life a little bit. If you click on it and you go to the advanced function, you'll see that we could do shadows, border, corners. So let's put a shadow on this. So click it and you can kind of just play with it and see how it looks. That kind of looks nice. Let's see what the spread does. Push it out a little bit. This thing here moves around where the shadow is, so let's kind of give it a little dimension there. Maybe a little less spread. All right, let's see how that looks. Maybe move it over a little bit. Hair bigger. But notice here, now this makes it, when we click the preview, you can really see the logo here. So let's do this. I could make it less. I don't think the logo needs to be as prominent. I think that is nice. And one other thing, we want to make it easy for them to buy. So we have 2 buy buttons, but let's make the book itself a hotspot, a link. And you do that by creating a hotspot. You click the hotspot button, and what it did, sometimes it's hard to see. You click the hotspot, and we'll click done. Now it adds this little semi-transparent thing here. When you see the ad, it actually won't show up. I'll show you that in preview mode. But to show that this is a hot link, it makes it so that there's a little screen with it. Now, let's click on that. Let's give it a link, and we'll put that URL back in there. We'll create it. Okay, so now let's go look at our preview. All right, notice it flashing there. So if we click it, you'll see that it'll open us up to the Amazon page. If we go back, let's just close this to test our other links. So we'll click our Buy Now button, does the same. And if we click our Amazon link, great, it's all tested. And look, we could play with this. We could do backgrounds and shading, but what it really shows you is that now we could pretty quickly, it took a couple minutes, we've created an ad in a format that we could use. And that's really what templates do, is they give you a great jump start. So play with the templates, use it, and it'll make it a lot easier and quicker to create an ad as opposed to creating it from scratch.